Trump just bombed one of the world's most beautiful cities. Here's why. Isfahan is one of the most gorgeous cities on the planet. Turquoise domes, intricate tilework, a 400-year-old palace that makes Versailles look like a Long Island Mac mansion. Historians have literally called it half the world. Donald Trump just blew it up. We're gonna talk about that. And here's a quick history lesson. I promise it will hit different in about 60 seconds. In 1622, Shah Abbas I, ruler of the Safavid Persian Empire, pulls off one of the greatest geopolitical power moves in history. He kicks the Portuguese out of the Strait of Hormuz, the tiny stretch of water between Iran and Oman. That was the internet of the 1600s. Every ship, every spice, every piece of silk passed through it. Shah Abbas basically owned the Wi-Fi password for global trade. And to celebrate, he made Isfahan his capital, built the Shah Mosque, built Naksh-e-Jahan Square, which is 4 times the size of St. Peter's Square in Rome, built the Ali Kabul Palace. The city was so beautiful, the people called it Isfahan Naksh-e-Jahan. Translation, Isfahan is half the world. 400 years later, Trump blew it up because of the same street. History is just a circle, man. Okay, so here's where it gets insane. Yesterday, literally yesterday, Trump leaks to the Wall Street Journal that he is willing to end the war with Iran without forcing them to open the Strait of Hormuz. Big headline. Markets breathe. Everyone goes, oh, thank God, the adults are back. Then, hours later, he posts a video on Truth Social of Isfahan on fire. That's not diplomacy. That's not strategy. That's a man tweeting a building exploding that it just exploded. The strikes reportedly hit Badr Air Base, a uranium enrichment facility, a fuel fabrication plant. And here's a part where it stops being a geopolitical thriller and becomes a war crime. An untested missile hit a school. 21 people dead. Reports say they were children. An untested missile. They used untested missiles on a densely populated city. For legal reasons, that is a war crime. The UN says bombing civilian infrastructure, including power plants, is a war crime. Marco Rubio literally listed destroy Iran's factories as a goal in this war. On camera, in public, with a mic. Now, Iran isn't just sitting there making sad reacts on Instagram. They torched a Kuwaiti oil tanker near the UAE. They hit the Bazan oil refinery in Haifa, Israel's largest refinery. And it is still burning as I'm making this video. They struck Al Zafra air base in the UAE where, according to Iran, over 200 American military personnel were operating in civilian clothes. Iran also passed a law in their parliament about the Strait of Hormuz, and it is petty in the best way. New toll system. Pay in Iranian rials, not dollars, not euros, not yuan, rials. American and Israeli ships banned entirely. Any country that sanctions Iran also banned. And ownership of the strait legally codified as Iranian. This is Iran basically saying, you sanction us, cool, we tax your ocean. And the world's helium supply, which is required to cool the servers that run AI, is now choked. If this war keeps going, your ChatGPT might get a little slow. Hope that puts stakes on it for you. Here's what's actually happening behind the curtain. Pakistan hosted a 4-country meeting. Turkey, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan. They put out a joint statement criticizing both Israel and Iran and calling for peace. Then Pakistan's foreign minister, Ashad Dar, flew directly to China. Why China? Because if Iran is going to accept any ceasefire deal, they need a guarantor, someone who will actually enforce the terms, not the US, which broke the Lebanon ceasefire approximately 24 hours after signing it. China is the only power Iran might trust. So, is Trump actually trying to exit this war? Maybe. Rubio's stated 4 war goals don't even mention the Strait of Hormuz. That's telling. But here's the problem. Netanyahu doesn't want this war to end. Israel's army chief has said the soldiers are exhausted. Hezbollah killed at least 4 Israeli soldiers yesterday. Israeli newspapers confirmed it. And yet, Netanyahu keeps escalating. So Trump is simultaneously bombing Isfahan, negotiating with Iran, threatening Iran's power plants, and hinting he'll walk away without the thing he said he wanted. Make it make sense. Look, here's what I need you to understand. When Iran denied attacking Kuwait's desalination plant, the one that, if destroyed, leaves Kuwait with no drinking water, every major Western newspaper ignored the denial. They ran the accusation, wall-to-wall coverage. Iran says, we didn't do that. That was probably Israel. That's not journalism. That's a PR operation with a masthead. So read widely. Read the Middle East Eye. Read the Cradle. Read what makes you uncomfortable from multiple directions. Because the most beautiful city in the world is on fire. An untested missile hit a school. And we deserve better than headlines designed to make us not ask questions. Isfahan, have the world burning. I'm done. So that's it. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, hit the like button, share with your friends, and do subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.